City, where the party is ready to get started here in week one. Brom, the native son, and his Louisville Cardinals are hosting their neighbors from across the state, the Eastern Kentucky Colonels. And welcome inside L&N Stadium, alongside Super Bowl champion and Virginia Cavalier Rodney McLeod. I'm George Sedano. Victoria Arlen will join us in just 1 second. Rodney, Jeff Brom has won 19 games in his first 2 seasons here at his alma mater. That's the most they've had in a 2-year stretch in over a decade. So when you look at them in the ACC, where do they stack up?
They have a championship caliber offense. When you look at the skill positions, they're dynamic in every position. But the question is, how can their defense hold up this year? Are they prepared to put together a championship defense? And if they can do that, they'll be in contention.
And we'll find out about their quarterback. The transfer Miller Moss from USC is going to be under center for them this particular season. Why does he fit in a Jeff Brom offense?
Miller Moss is very accurate with the football, particularly in the short to intermediate part of the football field. What head coach Jeff Brom also likes about him is he's a rhythmic, timing throw. When he hits that back foot, the ball is out. And then he's just a competitor at the end of it all. If Jeff Brom can find a way to take away half of the turnovers Miller Moss committed last year, they'll be right where they want to at the end of the season.
And there you see Moss, 10 starts last year at Southern California. For more on Moss, let's check in with Victoria.
Well, George, Miller Moss came here looking for a fresh start, and he told me that he's taking every practice, snap, and film session and game as the most important thing. He wants to show people how competitive he is, and he wants to focus on staying in the moment, and that seems to be a theme with this entire Cardinals team, George.
When asked if he has a chip on his shoulder after what transpired at USC last year, offensive coordinator Brian Brom told us, nope, eyes forward. All right, eyes forward will be the motto for this tailback crew, a dynamic duo, Isaac Brown, Duke Watson. Brown, the ACC Rookie of the Year last year. Rodney, what makes this tandem so special?
Yeah, they're very special because they have the playmaking ability every time that they get the football in their hands. Isaac Brown, Duke Watson, when they hit the hole, they accelerate through it. They accelerate through contact, and then at the end of the day, they're game breakers. They put the ACC conference on notice last year, individually and as a tandem.
Yeah, particularly Brown, again, ACC Rookie of the Year as a true freshman. And Duke Watson, to your point, Rodney, very similar running style and a little taller and maybe a little leaner, but just as effective.
Absolutely.
So we're going to kick off here momentarily. Crowd excited for week one. EKU, their head coach, Walt Wells. He tried to hire Jeff Brom at one point when he was at Western Kentucky, and the kickoff here is Lacey, taking it out. 20, finds a hole, trying to cut to the outside and take it down. Flag on the play as he gets past the 30-yard line. And we'll see what the flag is about before we assess where Louisville will begin its first drive.
During the return, holding, receiving team, number 2, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Trayshawn Hurry, the San Jose State transfer. You'll see him a bunch in this particular contest, but not the way he wants to get on the coach's checklist.
Yeah, no, not at all. Going in the wrong direction on this first play of the football game.
Miller Moss, the transfer from USC, as we mentioned, was benched last year. Some feel he was scapegoated. He is ready to move forward here. Moss, quick toss to the outside, complete, taken down, Trayshawn Hurry. So making up for his penalty earlier as he gets near the sticks.
EKU's defense today, they're going to load the box in order to stop Duke Watson and Isaac Brown. And so that, on that last play, they're creating a lot of cushion.
So back to the original line of scrimmage after the 5-yard gain, and Isaac Brown wrapped up immediately in the backfield, taken down by this EKU defense. Frank Lee on the tackle.
It's a 3rd and short situation. If I'm Louisville right now, I have the run pass option because of the ability of my running backs, and then also trusting Miller Moss.
Isaac Brown in the backfield. They give it to Brown, puts his shoulder down, will pick up enough yardage there for the first down. Braden Sullivan and Jeremiah Bailey on the tackle.
When you have a running back like Isaac Brown, you don't hesitate. You run the football on 3rd and short.
So Miller Moss in the gun. Play action. Another quick toss, this time to Bell. Bell wrapped up pretty quickly there. A nice gain of about 7 yards.
That's 2 first downs where Miller Moss looks outside. He sees the cornerback bailing, finds Chris Bell for an easy pickup.
Second and 3. Moss again gets it out quickly, dumps it down to Lacey. Lacey picks up the first down as he gets past the 40-yard line. Tackle made by Derek Taylor.
And on that particular play, Miller Moss is counting the box. If the numbers are favorable into the run, I'm going to hand the ball off. If they're light on the outside like they were, I'm going to throw it to my playmaker, Colin Lacey.
Duke Watson checking in for the first time in the backfield. We'll see the second half of this tailback tandem. Watson gets it, trying to bounce to the left side. Not much there. Stood up. Brad Gurley Jr. first there on the scene.
I like the mentality of the EKU defense there. You see 10 people in the picture. If you're a defensive coordinator, that's what you want to see on every play, but particularly when it comes to this run game today.
So Derek Taylor lost his helmet. He is out of the game for EKU at the moment. Moss and company. 2nd and 10. Play action. Moss with plenty of time. Checks it down to his tight end, and not much there as Jacob Stewart gets maybe 1. 3rd and 9 upcoming.
This works in the favor of the EKU defense. 3rd and 9. You're probably going to be in some level of zone. Eyes on the quarterback. Get your depth early. Be able to force the check down and make the tackle.
Chris Hughes and Antonio Meeks check in at receiver for Louisville. On 3rd and 9. Moss. Pressure coming, evades that. Flag on the field, throws down the field, caught by Meeks as he gets into EKU territory. We'll see what the flag is about. First down if it stands.
Holding. Offense, number 71. 10-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Mohamed Musa, the right tackle, with the infraction. 3rd and 19 upcoming now.
Costly mistakes from this Louisville Cardinals offensive line took away a big gain. Don't want to see it.
Held Frank Lee, so a 23-yard completion is negated. 3rd and forever here for Louisville. Moss strikes downfield and connects at midfield. Should have enough for the first down. Antonio Meeks again going upstairs to catch that one.
That's very disappointing. If you're the EKU defense, we just talked about it. 3rd and long, it's imperative that you get your depth, and a few defenders in that second level came up short, allowing the dig route to come in, and Miller Moss found it for a huge gain.
Derek Taylor, the starting safety for EKU, back in the game. Moss in Colonel's territory, gives it to Brown on the left side. Gets through the hole, now bounces it out to the outside, picks up the first down as he goes out of bounds near the 30-yard line. Isaac Brown just showing you why he was the ACC Rookie of the Year, a 17-yard gain.
Very good running by Isaac Brown. But look at the blocking on the perimeter by these wide receivers. They know the type of running backs that they have, and so it's imperative that they get their hands on these defenders, which help create space on the outside part of the field.
Antonio Meeks and Jaleel Skinner with the good blocks there. Louisville approaching the red zone. Moss to Brown again. Brown through the seam, burst through. He's going to get into the end zone for a touchdown. A 31-yard score. Isaac Brown, and Louisville strikes first.
It's a stretch play on the left side of the field. He presses to the tackle. He sees daylight. He puts the 1 foot in the ground, and he does the rest himself. Way to start this football game by the Cardinals.
Cooper Ranvier for the extra point. 10 plays, 85 yards, 5:07 off the clock for the Cardinals. The extra point is up and good. Isaac Brown picking up where he left off last season. Making things happen here early.
Good cut by the young man. Put the speed on display. Get in the end zone. 7-zip Cardinals.
Welcome back to Louisville. Cards up 7-0. A big 3rd and 19 conversion to Antonio Meeks by the Cards. That got them going, and then Isaac Brown did the rest. 4 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, Isaac Brown really came on strong towards the end of that drive, just finding a lot of space and lanes to do what he does best, and that's create plays, explosive plays for his team.
Nick Keller with the kickoff to Quan Stanley, and Jalen Montgomery back there. Stanley's got it, 15, 20, finds a hole and gets into good field position past the 30-yard line. So EKU will have good starting field position, but a flag on the play. Let's look at the recap here for last season for EKU. Second in the UAC. Unbeaten at home. First time in nearly 15 years. Had a couple of ranked opponents they knocked off. And of course, playoff season for them, they lost to Villanova. So a face mask on the return. Justin Elliott, our lead official, was telling us that. And EKU will have even better starting position. Here it is. Easy call. Miles Burkett and the Colonels will get started here at the 46-yard line. They hand it off to Braden Lathan, and he pushes the pile forward for about 3.5 yards. You mentioned earlier, Rodney, Braden Latham, that's a big dude right there. Mom calls him Butterball. BB, he goes by.
He is a big running back, strong, and is able to take on and withstand a few defenders. He picked up a hard 3 right there.
2nd and 6 as they'll give him 4. Burkett with time, throws, and it is caught by Marcus Cowwise Jr. Nope, they'll say incomplete. And Cowwise Jr. took a pretty big hit there. He's not a big dude, but he makes a lot of plays.
Yes, he does, and the ball will be in his hands a lot today. Unfortunate that he couldn't hold on to that football, but there was a swarm of Cardinals around him. 5 defenders get into the ball, and one of them put their hat right on it, causing that pass breakup.
So 3rd and 6 upcoming, but we've got a stoppage here. The officials huddling.
With the game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 9:01. 9:01 of the game clock, please. Thank you.
The clock was at 8:37. They bring it back. 3rd down here for the Colonels. Burkett, pressure coming, taken down at the 40-yard line. A sack by Cleb Lubin. Lubin, the Coastal Carolina transfer, had 9.5 sacks last year and paying dividends right now.
What a huge play by this defensive front. Just a simple rush pattern, just beat around the edge with pure speed by the young man. And he comes up big, rolls the dice. Cleb Lubin with good hand placement, but more importantly, speed around the edge.
Jacob Baker to punt for the Colonels. Colin Lacey awaiting the punt at his own 15-yard line. Lacey fields it. He's a speedster. Makes a man miss. Another still on his feet. Weaving in and out of traffic. Gets to midfield. He's gonna go all the way to the end zone for a touchdown. 93 yards. This coaching staff told us Colin Lacey was ignitable. You see it right there.
Welcome back, Colin Lacey. He does a good job at just cutting when necessary, and he picked up some nice blocks on that edge there to allow him to cut back across the field, and he did the rest. But often when you see a punt return, all it takes is you to make the
extra point is up and good by Cooper Ranvier. And boy, Colin Lacey, electric, gets this place fired up.
Welcome back, Colin Lacey.
possess in the Jeff Brom era these 2 seasons in his return to Louisville. 10 wins the first year. They went to the ACC title game. That's with Jack Plummer, Jawar Jordan, Isaac Garendo as their trio. And then last year, 9 wins. Won at Clemson for the first time in their school's history. So Brom has got the ship righted for sure. For more on Jeff Brom, let's check in with Victoria.
George, Coach Brom told us that when it comes to his team, he says we like to simplify it. It's a game. We know a lot of people are watching. There's a big fan base here, and people are going to see it whether or not it's a team that plays hard and tough. And we play smart. We want to set the example, but when things go right, you'll hear about it, and they'll pat you on the back. When it goes wrong, you'll also hear about it at the gas station as well, and we want to make our community proud.
No doubt, Victoria. Plenty of pressure when you're the guy who played here and had so much success under Howard Schnellenberger. Coming back as Keller kicks it off. Montgomery will kneel it. Miles Burkett will come out now for EKU. Originally at Wisconsin, at Albany last year where he played a ton. Became available in the portal. EKU recruited him by phone, and his ability to recall plays and concepts sold them on that phone call, Rodney.
Yes, that's what head coach Walt Wells talked about this week. He liked his experience, felt he was consistent, and he protects the football. Let's see if we'll get a chance to see him throw it on this drive.
They're down 14-0 after the 93-yard punt return, second longest in Louisville history. So let's see if the Colonels can answer. They hand it off to Latham. He tries to burrow forward to the 29-yard line. Gets 4 on that one.
EKU offense starting things off the way that they did the first drive. They put themselves in a third and manageable position. They just have to protect better on third down.
2nd and 6 for Burkett. Again to Latham. And he can't slip through the hole. Gets 2 yards on that. So 3rd down upcoming here and 4.
I expect the Louisville Cardinals to do the same thing they did last time. No need to send additional pressure. Just rely on the 4-man rush. Cover up in the back end, and maybe you get an extra linebacker in that middle part of the field in order to take away some easy throws.
Latham had to fix a flat tire there, tie his shoes. 3rd and 4. Louisville showing blitz. Here they come off the edge. Pressure coming, flag thrown, and whistles everywhere.
Full start. Offense, number 72. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Fred Hinton, the left tackle, sophomore to Miami, Florida. Went to IMG Academy.
Louisville's pressure look affected the offensive lineman there, caused him to move slightly early. It's very difficult when you have guys going in and out of the line of scrimmage like Louisville was doing that previous 3rd down.
3rd and 9 now after the penalty.
It's the corner blitz on the right side.
Yep. And here they come again. Pressure in his face, and he's taken down again. A.J. Green wrapped up Burkett and slammed him to the ground, and the Colonels will be forced to punt again.
I thought Miles saw the blitz coming. He didn't. There's A.J. Green, Johnny on the spot again, just working that right tackle again is where the last 3rd down was given up, and they're not doing anything difficult, but just running around him.
So Colin Lacey set to receive the punt again. He returned one for 93 yards a moment ago. And again, I mentioned the 2nd longest in Louisville history. Longest since 1970. This one an end-over-end punt. Lacey fields it, a flag on the play. And this time Lacey taken down near the 40-yard line. But let's see what the infraction is. Looks to be a hold potentially on the receiving team. but we'll see what Justin Elliott tells us.
During the kick, holding, receiving team, number 7. 10-yard penalty, first down.
That's Rodney Johnson. We'll step aside. Louisville trying to put up even more points on the board. They lead by 2 touchdowns here in week 1. Nice crowd here in Louisville for week 1, their opener against EKU. Let's take a look at some of the ACC results from yesterday and a game in action at the moment. NC State avenges their loss in the bowl game to East Carolina. Wake Forest survives against Kennesaw. Georgia Tech, Rodney, you and I were talking about that game. Georgia Tech overcame 3 turnovers in the first quarter to win on the road.
It's very rare, but they just kept fighting. That is the identity of their head coach. They came away with a huge win.
Miller Moss and company up 2 touchdowns. Moss with time over the middle. Lacey, that one pops up and hits the ground, incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 upcoming. Lacey was at tailback to start that formation.
They're trying to, again, position him in a few different spots. And there they try to take advantage of him on a linebacker, just doing a simple option route. He has the choice to go inside or outside based on the leverage of the defender. And he just dropped that one, unfortunately.
By the way, it's hard to nitpick a team who's up 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, but they got 4 penalties for 45 yards. I'm sure Jeff Brom is not happy about that. Duke Watson in the backfield, play action. Moss all day, takes a deep shot. Lacey goes up and gets it, pulls it in Colonel's territory. Jaheim Ward with the hit, but a first down for the Cardinals. 32-yard completion.
The safety of EKU, Jaheim Ward, he started to look at Miller Moss and was drifting a little too far left, and Colin Lacey comes across his face for a big pickup.
1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. 6-0 linemen out there for the Cardinals. Moss back on the ground and stood up. Duke Watson by Cam Jr. Not much there.
EKU's defense needs more negative plays if they want to have a chance of stopping this electric offense.
They'll give him a yard. Watson, 8.9 yards per carry last year. If he had had the requisite amount of carries, would have led the nation. He only had 60-plus carries. Play action for Moss. Again, plenty of time. Throws and complete. Connects again. This time to Chris Bell. Picks up the first down at the 35-yard line. A 12-yard gain.
Yeah, what's interesting there is there was a defender in the area. Again, Jaheim Ward right there. He just has to look across the field to find Chris Bell, and he did it. Result, huge game.
Keywan Brown checking in at tailback. Old school I formation. They give it to Brown. Brown bursts through the hole, lowers the shoulder, knocks a defender down, and gets near the sticks. Looks to be just shy. Derek Taylor took the brunt of that one. No, they're going to give it to him. They're going to say he's got enough for the first down, it looks like.
Head coach Brom, he did mention we would see some under the center action by Miller Moss. And he really talked about how this is going to equip him for the next level. That's just the expectations that Jeff Brom has in Miller Moss.
They're going to say he's just shy. The official did signal first down by the far sideline, but they will call it short. Play action, Moss floats one sideline for Brown. Incomplete. Bell can't come up with it. Vito Tisdale Jr. in coverage. Good coverage there by the Colonels.
And typically here, offenses like Jeff Brom, they feel 2nd and 1 is an ability to take a shot. And Miller Moss just tried to give his playmaker Chris Bell a chance. And the defender, Vito Tisdale, said, no, sir.
3rd and 1 for the Cardinals. Keywan Brown in the backfield. Play action, Moss. Quick toss to Jaleel Skinner, first down for the tight end, and then some as he gets pushed out of bounds inside the 15 by Jaheim Ward. A 12-yard gain and another first down for the Cardinals.
And that's exactly why on 2nd and 1, you risk taking a shot with your playmaker because you feel confident about 3rd and 1 that you'll pick it up fairly easily, whether you hand it off or you do a simple rollout to the left-hand side. And there, Miller Moss found Skinner for another first down.
Under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Duke Watson in the backfield, the lone back. Moss under center. Jeff Brom told us they want to have him do some more of that to try to get him to work at the next level. He launches to the end zone, incomplete, and flags on the play. Vito Tisdale Jr. in coverage on Chris Bell.
Vito Tisdale got in trouble there. Unfortunately, he got there a little early than he should have. And what I want Vito Tisdale to see there is just to turn around and be able to make the play. Play through the hands if you're trailing, but no additional contact.
You got to turn your head around. It's as simple as that.
It is as simple as that.
So Louisville will have it on the 2, knocking at the door. Duke Watson in the backfield with Moss. 1st and goal from the 2. Moss to Lacey, and Lacey take it down. A loss on the play. Jaheim Ward, like a heat-seeking missile, read that all the way on that play.
Jaheim Ward makes up for a few bad plays early in this drive with that one. He doesn't waste any time getting to Colin Lacey. He sees it, diagnoses it, and finishes the job with a nice, clean tackle.
6-yard loss. Second and goal from the 8. Moss, plenty of time. Now he's going to run for it. He's got a lane into the end zone. He walks in for the score. An 8-yard run for Miller Moss, showing off his wheels. 20-0 Cardinals.
Rush integrity is very important no matter what quarterback you're facing. And Miller Moss sees a lane, doesn't waste any time, and gets in the end zone for his team.
Ranvier for the extra point.
What's interesting is that he had a man open, Chris Bell, in the corner. He saw it, but he hesitated, but still results in a touchdown. He said he'll get it done himself.
But to your point, that's, and no disrespect to EKU, but this is an FCS squad. If you do that in ACC play, to your point, he may not be able to get to the end zone on a run like that.
Absolutely. You know, you're dealing with a lot of talent at the ACC level, especially on the D-line position, and they have a little more discipline, and that may not result in a touchdown. That can result in a negative play that can, unfortunately, wipe away a touchdown.
Moss, 100 yards already on 8 of 11 passing. Louisville with 21 points in the first quarter for the first time since 2017. So the home fans got to be happy with this start for sure. I know Jeff Brom, though, you know this, Rodney. You played in the league for 13 years. You won a Super Bowl. Coach is always looking for something. I'll bet you he's still not happy about those 4 penalties.
No, not at all. And we talked a lot about that this week. The fact that there's going to be mistakes made, but you want to eliminate the pre-snap penalties and start to work more in a positive direction. So he won't be happy at all.
Jalen Montgomery kneels it in the end zone. Coming up next, our quadruple header rolls on with your squad, Rod. Virginia hosting Coastal Carolina at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific. We cap off the day with number 16 SMU hosting East Texas A&M at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. Both games also available on the all-new ESPN app. You can watch anywhere. So your squad, what do you think of your squad this year with Tony Elliott and company?
It's a big year for Tony Elliott personally. You know, he has to make sure that his team comes out and gets off to an early start.
And let's see if EKU can fix this rough start here, down 21-0. Burkett, he's going to take it himself, picking up positive yardage. We'll have 5 on that one. A.J. Green and Stanquan Clark on the tackle.
Yeah. Miles Burgett seemed to have a receiver running an out route into the boundary. He had space, but it's all about timing. You hesitate, that could be dangerous.
First downs today, Louisville 9, EKU 0 at the moment. And that'll do it for the first quarter. Walt Wells and company going to have to figure things out. They'll talk to Victoria in just a moment, but Louisville in complete control here at home.
Coach, you said Louisville was going to be one of your toughest opponents. How would you assess the way you have handled the first quarter?
We haven't handled it very well, to be honest with you. We started off doing some good things, especially defensively. We've done some decent things against the run, but, we're giving them too much in the throw game, and then we're making too many just unforced errors at times on defense. Offensively, we're not touching them right now up front. I knew we were going to be young. I knew we were going to be inexperienced. We've got to play with a little more edge on offense.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Victoria. And they botched a snap there. Burkett able to jump on it. Coach Wells can't be thrilled about that either. A 3-yard loss on the play.
The EKU offense has to get in some sort of rhythm. There's a lot of inconsistency going on right now. They got to get it fixed in a hurry.
They're going to go 4 wide receivers here. 3rd down here. Burkett. Burkett's going to keep it. Lowers the shoulder. Has enough for the first down. First down of the game for EKU. A good block there by Jalen Montgomery, the tailback, to free up Burkett.
Good timing for the first down. They took advantage of the aggressiveness by the Cardinals defense. Everybody's thinking sack, sack, sack. And there you go with the QB draw, picks it up with his legs.
Longest play of the day for EKU, that 12-yard run by Burkett. Burkett with a little bit of time, but the pocket collapsed on him quickly there. He's got to get rid of the ball faster than that. Burkett 0 for 2 trying to pass the ball today.
Yeah, and one thing that offensive coordinator talked about this week was that he was concerned with Miles Burkett, his timing. He wanted him to be able to get into his reads faster, and we're seeing a little bit of those signs right here.
2 tight ends out there for them. Russell and Schlachter on 2nd and 10. They hand it off, and Louisville snuffs that one out pretty quickly and easily. Jalen Montgomery met by Wesley Bailey. A 2-yard gain. 3rd and 8 upcoming.
Yeah, if I'm EKU's offense and Miles Burkett, I'm expecting the Cardinals to bring pressure. Maybe they want to consider going empty to give Miles a clearer picture as to what the Cardinals want to do, and just you pick your best matchup.
3rd and 8 here for Burkett. Big moment for the Colonels.
They're giving that right side some protection. The tight end chipped on his way out.
Pressure coming again, and he's taken down again. The 3rd sack of the day. Cleve Lubin. That's his 2nd of the day.
The chip wasn't good enough. And there it is on the left side. Again, these defensive ends are fast. And they're burning the edge. And they're making plays. And that's 2 for the big fella.
EKU forced to punt again. Jacob Baker to punt it. Colin Lacey already a 93-yard punt return for a touchdown awaiting. End over end punt. Lacey fair catches that one near the 25-yard line. Louisville in control, 21-0 here at home. ACC, the Conference of Quarterbacks. Here are the top QB transfers. You see there Carson Beck, Darian Mensah, and Chandler Morris. Miller Moss among them as well. Moss, the third Louisville QB since 2000 with 100 passing yards in the first quarter and a rush TD debut. Only Malik Cunningham have done that, along with Lamar Jackson. Did it 4 times. Isaac Brown back in the game. Speaking of Lamar Jackson, he broke Lamar's freshman running record. And he gets the ball again.
And off to number 1.
Picks up a nice chunk of change there. 7-yard gain for Brown. The beauty of having 2 tailbacks like Brown and Watson and a third, even like Kewan Johnson, is that, you know, Brown sat out a series, no problem, no big deal.
Yeah, they keep them fresh. And that is the beauty in having 3 dynamic running backs. And again, they all have the ability to home run ability.
2nd and 3, pistol formation. Moss launches, incomplete. Good defense there. That one intended for Antonio Meeks down the sideline. Rashad Hentz, though, wanted none of that.
Rashad Hentz took that deep ball away. He actually was guarding another receiver and came back and made a heck of a play for his defense. Helped out his brother and Jaheim Ward.
Gabe Stevens with the pressure there on Moss. 3rd and 3 here for the Cardinals. Brown and Lacey in the backfield now. And you see Lacey flexing out. They give it to Brown. Huge hole on the right side. Burst through. Hits the gas. See you later, Isaac Brown. Touchdown number 2 today. 68 yards.
There wasn't much space for Isaac Brown, but it don't matter. He's going to do the rest. Poor tackling by EKU. 2 defenders were there. The arm tackle's not going to do it. You got to rally. You got to tackle him with great attitude and violence.
6 carries, 126 yards, 2 touchdowns for Isaac Brown. ACC Rookie of the Year, broke Lamar Jackson's freshman running record, and you are seeing it all on display here.
Yeah, Isaac Brown, you can't get that rushing title without on your own. It takes the offensive line, it takes the receivers, it takes a quarterback, it's a team effort, and Isaac Brown putting the team on his back.
Perfect execution on that last touchdown. You see the athleticism, the jump cuts there by Isaac Brown. Excellent blocking as well, Rod.
Yeah, I love the blocking because it's not every day that you find receivers that are willing to block. They're selfless individuals. They understand the agenda, and that's to win, and that's to get Isaac Brown in the end zone, and they all played a factor on that. Lacey, Skinner, and the big men up front.
Nick Keller to kick it off here. DeQuan Stanley and Jalen Montgomery set to receive. A dire situation for EKU, and they'll bring it out. Montgomery gets popped, but a flag on the play does not even reach the 20. Gets to the 18-yard line. Huge hit there by Corey Gordon. We'll see what the flag is about.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Receiving team, number 34. Penalty is half the distance to the goal. First down.
And that's on Brody Wells. Tonight, after our primetime game with East Texas A&M taking on SMU, the ACC Huddle Final Score crew will wrap up the whole day. Highlights, analysis, interviews with players and coaches, and they'll have you covered, man. All good to go with Kelsey and the crew right here on ACCN and the all-new ESPN app. SMU will be an interesting team to watch this year. Jennings obviously back at quarterback. They get RJ Maryland back at tight end after the injury last year. He was supposed to be one of their prime targets last season. Son of Russell Maryland, former #1 overall pick of the Dallas Cowboys and the University of Miami. Burkett in the shadows of his end zone, and a flag here.
Offense. Penalty is half the distance to the goal. First down.
A delay of game, and it gets from bad to worse here for EKU.
Yeah, like I said on the last drive, they have to find more positive plays. You can't beat yourself. But look for them to run the football. They came out in a 12 personnel set, 2 tight ends. Got to slug it forward.
Latham now in the backfield. He brings some muscle for sure. They give him the ball. He lowers his head. Not much there. Picks up a couple.
Yeah, Louisville Cardinals defense, they knew what was coming. They lined up with 5 defenders across the line of scrimmage to prepare themselves to stop that run, and there you have it.
They'll give him 1 yard on the play. Second and 9.
I look for maybe just take a shot right here. Block him up and throw it deep outside.
They hand it off again. Latham running right into the back of his offensive lineman. Gets to the 10-yard line. Again, a short run of 2 yards on that play. 3rd and 7 for the Colonels.
The EKU offense here, they have to do, first thing they need to do is give help to the offensive line. Give Miles Burkett time to find his receiver. And then Miles Burkett, you got to throw the ball on time when the pressure comes.
Empty backfield for Burkett. 3rd and 7. He's going to tuck it and run, and nowhere to go. Stonewalled at the 10-yard line. They'll be forced to punt out of their own end zone. Denzel Lowry and Jordan Garrard took down Burkett.
Good job by the 2 big fellas up front at being able to diagnose and get a feel for that offensive line. They did that on the previous 3rd down. This time they didn't rush up the field too far. They stayed home and were able to secure the tackle.
Jacob Baker in his end zone to punt this one. Colin Lacey already 1 punt return for a touchdown. Awaiting at midfield. End over end. Lacey's going to field this one and go. Huge amount of room on the right side. down the sideline and tripped up inside the 20 by the punter, Jacob Baker. And Louisville will start in the red zone. A flag on the play, though.
During the return, holding, receiving team, number 15. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Antonio Meeks. So we'll step aside. They'll move Louisville back, but still in complete control, up 4 touchdowns. And now for today's Experts at Work, brought to you by Principal, and we have seen the expertise of Isaac Brown.
You see Isaac Brown there, one-cut runner. He doesn't waste any time getting to where he needs to get to. And then you see the very slide shoulder move there to get past the defenders, and he accelerates through contact. That's what I love most about this kid.
Here comes Moss, back to the air, takes a deep shot into the end zone. Touchdown! Duke Watson out of the backfield. You see one running back taking off and scoring on the ground, and another through the air.
They said we need to get Duke Watson involved. There he goes, sneaks out the backfield, and it's just a foot race to the end zone, and they like Duke every day of the week.
First pass TD for Miller Moss today. He's got one on the ground. Cooper Ranvier for the extra point. And that one just slips through the upright. So, Rod, we saw earlier the highlight package of Isaac Brown and what he was able to accomplish. 126 yards on the ground in the first quarter. And first Louisville player to do that since Malik Cunningham back in 2021. And now we've seen the other half of the dynamic duo.
Yes, they're 1-2 punch, and it's a knockout punch when they do it right. And right now they're putting on a clinic in the run game, pass game, and this is the start that you want to see. Not only if you're Jeff Brom, but if you're Miller Moss, that's only going to make your job that much easier.
One of the question marks that the coaches were telling us about was the offensive line. Collectively, they have a ton of experience, but elsewhere, they don't have that experience together. So how would you assess the offensive line thus far in this one?
They're doing everything that they need to do. They're making their presence felt in this football game. And I know Isaac Brown is getting all of the glory, but the big men up front are doing their job in a very effective way, and they should be proud.
And this one through the end zone. Nick Keller boots that one. There's the O-line right there. Those big dudes been eating.
Yes, you talked about it. The experience together is lacking, but they wanted to see exactly how they were going to present themselves on this first game. And we all talk about our tape as football players, and they wear their tape with pride. And I think within this first couple quarters, they'll like the results and the tape that they see when they watch film.
They've been rotating guys in and out. 7 guys that we've noticed. Jalen Montgomery in the backfield now for Burkett and company as they trail 35-0. Montgomery, the change of pace back, picks up 2. Defensively, this is a unit that we've seen them pressure Burkett. They've handled the run pretty well. This EKU team has 2 good running backs who do different things, but the defense, which struggled last year, has played very well.
Yeah, they have. They've done their job.
So it'll be 2nd and 8. They're showing blitz. Montgomery again runs right into the pile.
Jalen Montgomery, the ball carrier.
And he'll get to the 30. Gain of 3 on the play. TJ Capers and Jordan Garrod there first. So 3rd down upcoming.
Yeah, this defense, again, they've been doing their job all day, like you said, George, getting the ball back to their offense. And here they are in another 3rd down situation. And their defensive linemen, they're licking their chops right now because they've been living in the backfield.
Lubin, who has 2 sacks, is back in the game. You see him at the bottom of your screen on the D-line. Burkett on 3rd and 5. Quick throw, incomplete, wide of the mark, intended for his tight end, Caleb Schlachter, and the Colonels will be forced to punt again.
I like the throw by Burkett because he got the ball out on time. I think he caught his tight end there by surprise, and that's something that they have to continue to work through, but he found the right man. They showed man-to-man, they bailed into a zone, and he found them. Just got to stick it on him.
Jacob Baker, who saved a touchdown earlier, although called back by a penalty on Antonio Meeks, but Lacey has been electric here in the return game. End over end punt. Lacey will field it and wrapped up immediately inside the 35. Blake Howard took him down. 37-yard punt. So Miller Moss and company have come out and had plenty of success, but let's focus on Moss for a second. How would you assess his day thus far?
Miller Moss has done everything that his team has needed him to do, and that is what you want to see out of your quarterback. Don't force anything, just take what the defense is giving you, and that's what Miller Moss is doing.
Moss having a day for sure. 8 of 13, 130 yards. 4 receivers out here for Moss. And a quick toss wide open on the boundary is Kylan Lacey, and he gets into EKU territory for a first down. Down to the 49.
The EKU defense, there were 2 defenders chasing the same wide receiver, leaving Kylan Lacey open in the flats.
You can't leave that guy open. I know Chris Bell is great, and he's their #1 guy, but Lacey with his speed, no way.
That's the wrong guy.
Moss again. Tosses it to Brown, and Brown taken down by a number of defenders at the 40. He picks up 9 yards.
I know this EKU defense is fatigued right now. They've been out on the field a lot. They have to find a way to continue to rally and make a play.
2nd and 1. They hand it off again. Pick up the first down as they get to the 36-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play.
Now they're going a little up-tempo. Like I said, the EKU, they know they've been out there a long time today.
Trying to finish the deal here. Moss to the boundary again, and that one juggled out of bounds by Colin Lacey.
There seems to be some level of confusion on that EKU defense because that is the same route they ran a couple plays ago where Colin Lacey was wide open. Just a simple slant flat concept, and again, nobody's there in the flat.
I'll try to fix that for them. Cover 5. Okay, no matter what, make sure you cover number 5.
Yeah, it seems that the flat defender is getting rubbed as they're running these slants.
Panarello in there at the fullback. Moss again to the boundary, this time to Chris Bell. He connects with Bell. And pushed out of bounds, has enough for a first down on that 4th down play. Oh, flag on the play.
The result of the play is a first down. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense, number 0, his first. 15-yard penalty, first down.
So Chris Bell picks up the personal foul.
Yeah, one of the leaders on this offense, and it's not very uncharacteristic of him. That's not what you want to see from guys like Chris Bell.
I don't know. What did that look like?
Yeah, it wasn't much.
Maybe he said something.
It may have been some conversation shared and a little slight bump just to let you know I'm here.
70 yards and penalties for the Cardinals. Moss fakes the toss, avoids the pressure, directing traffic, and then smartly just throws it at the feet of his receiver, Kewan Brown. So incomplete, 2nd and 10 upcoming.
Yeah, those are the penalties, though, that we were talking about. Jeff Brown, he's going to evaluate those very closely because as you get into the fold of the season, penalties will allow you to lose games.
Two tight ends out there for the Cardinals. Moss, play action, all day to throw. Checks it down to Kewan Brown. Brown breaks a tackle, gets the 30, 20. He's going to go walking to the end zone for a touchdown. But a flag on the play at the 8-yard line. $38-yard score if it holds.
There are fouls by both teams. Prior to the pass, holding defense number 11, holding offense number 3. Those fouls offset. 2nd down.
So we're doing it over again. DJ Galva and Dakari Collins with the infractions for EKU and Louisville respectively.
Another big play negated by, guess what? A penalty.
Well, we know what Jeff Brom's going to harp on in the locker room, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, you want to be a championship team, those errors and mistakes, they're unacceptable.
2nd and 10 for Moss under center. Play action. Moss fires over the middle and connects there with Bell. Has it up for the first down as he gets down to the 22-yard line. 16-yard gain.
Yeah, I saw this play at practice yesterday. It's a simple bang 8 concept. Get the linebackers up because you show the flash fake a run. You find Chris Bell over the middle. The way the Cardinals have been running today, I don't blame EKU's linebackers for stepping up.
Louisville moving the ball with ease. Been their own worst enemy, as you pointed out, Rod. Moss pulls, fires to the right side to Bell. Bell cutting back inside and taken down at the 7-yard line. 15-yard gain and another first down.
The identity of this drive seems to be Miller Moss and Chris Bell. They're really establishing their relationship right now. He's finding him in every part of the field.
Keywan Brown back in there. Moss with 201 yards in the air. Brown again. Brown down near the goal line, down to the 1. 6-yard gain. So 2nd and goal from the 1. Rasheed Miller got a nice push to help Brown. The right guard.
Yeah, George, we talked about this offensive lineman. I just saw offensive linemen all the way in the back of the end zone finishing their blocks. That's what you want to see.
And again, the fullback, Jackson Panarello, is in there. Offset eye. Brown plunges into the end zone, punctuates the drive with another touchdown. Keywan Brown. So now Isaac Brown has 2 scores, Duke Watson has a score, and Keywan Brown gets his 2.
Spreading the wealth. They have a lot of talent on this team, and you never know whose day is going to be. And right now, all 3 running backs are getting involved.
Now Nick Keller checking in. He's been on kickoffs. Will kick the extra point. Oh, and it's no good. Bad snap. And Keller does not get the conversion.
Yeah, you can take nothing for granted. Just seems like that was a bad snap. The holder did their best to get it up in time, but failed to do so. Result is no good.
Again, hard to nitpick when you're up 41-0, but again, more fuel for Jeff Brom and the coaching staff,
Yeah,
right?
Yes, absolutely.
Look at his face. He's not thrilled about that.
Yeah, those meetings, he's not even going to come in and praise you for this score right now. He's going to point out immediately penalties and what we did to take points away, and honestly, to put ourselves in harm's way and not be the best version of ourselves. Those would be the points of emphasis come team meeting time.
41-0, Nick Keller out there again. It's time to kick it off, as he's done all game. And he boots that one out of the end zone. Here's the preseason poll from the ACC. The media votes on this. They had Louisville at 5. Did the media get this right, Rod?
It's a fair evaluation. I think there's a lot of questions like we talked about earlier with the defense of Louisville. We know the skill sets that they possess, but I think this speaks more to the, if I'm being honest, the quarterback that exists for each team. It's you got Clemson, you got Klubnik, you got Beck, you got Kevin Jennings, Haynes King, and you got Miller Moss. That could be a little foresight into how they see the leaders that'll be taking the ball every game.
EKU now here. Don't forget Darian Mensah was number 6, who is highly touted as a transfer to Duke. On time over the middle and complete for a first down. EKU still going and dragging defenders is Jaden West. A 21-yard gain, and they're just trying to get anything positive heading into the locker room.
Correct. At EKU, a good timing throw to his receiver on that play.
That's Burkett's
West.
first completion of the game. First and 10 for Burkett from his own 46. Latham trying to squeeze through the line, but only a gain of 1 on the play.
I might want to see Burkett pull one of these. They've been running a lot of zone read today, and he's handed it off every time. You just want to present that option and dilemma for that defense.
2-minute timeout. Louisville in control. EKU just trying to put up something on the board. All right, Kelsey, we can't wait to hear what Coach Ritt has to say and that analogy. 2nd and 10 here for the Colonels. Latham on the other side trying to bounce off defenders, now pushing the pile, rugby style. And he's taken down by TJ Quinn, 3-yard gain. So 3rd down upcoming here, Rod.
Yeah, they're in better position than they've been in majority of the day here. Miles Burkett, get the ball out your hands. Find your guy. Kyle-wise, if he's in the game, it doesn't look like it, but it looks to me like they're coming out in some sort of pass protection look. 2 tight ends up on the left-hand side.
3rd and 5. Could be four down territory for EKU here if they want to get on the board. Latham met in the backfield. No gain on that play. Met immediately by McCullough. And EKU will be forced to punt.
Really good, strong tackle there. This wrapping around the legs. McCullough does a real good job at finishing. Textbook.
Let me ask you this. If you're EKU, you're down 41-0. There's 47 seconds left in the half. Why not just go for it here? Or, well, actually, they just put some more time back in the clock. It's 1:09. But why not go back? Why not go out there and run the offense out there?
Yeah, honestly, that is exactly what, I would do. But, they want to put their defense in harm's way, giving them a short field, so coaches electing to punt the ball. I would have loved to see a little more aggressiveness out of that 3rd down call. I really thought the personnel grouping that they put out there, they put them in position to pass block to give the quarterback more time rather than a run.
So the Cardinals out there, Colin Lacey again to field it at the moment inside his 10 as he awaits. Had a 93-yard punt return for a touchdown earlier. Watch a fake here, maybe. Ooh, and they almost got that one. End over end, Lacey will fair catch that one at his 10. Micah Carter almost got to that one. Tomorrow at 6:30 Eastern, the ACC Huddle crew will be in Miami for a 1-hour pregame show to get you ready for the Canes hosting the Irish. That game will be on ABC at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. And Monday at 7, they'll be in Chapel Hill, setting the stage for Bill Belichick's debut as the Tar Heels head coach. That one's on ESPN at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Both will also be available on the all-new ESPN app, so you can watch anywhere. Are you excited for Chapel Bill?
That's what they're calling them nowadays, right? Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Bill Belichick in the college stadium. He's going to have his team prepared.
1:01 on the clock here for Louisville. Moss to the air. Over the middle, incomplete. Intended for Chris Bell. Good defense there by Rashad Hentz. That's the 2nd time he's knocked one away.
Pass interference.
But a flag.
Defense, number 21. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
And they'll say too good a defense, apparently, because he got there early.
Yeah, Rashad Hentz, he's up in Chris Bell's face. He's challenging him.
There.
But at the top of the route, he's got to let that left arm go. That's back on the shoulder pads of Chris Bell, preventing him from coming forward.
Now, is Bell also, he's latched onto him as well, but the DB's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah,
there.
and I don't think it was the early downs.
Picked off by EKU, and they're going to walk it in for a touchdown. Vito Tisdale Jr. And the Colonels finally get on the board. A miscue there by Trayshawn Hurry. Ball a little high, couldn't haul it in, and the Colonels finally get some points.
Yeah, why not show up big on defense? I like it. Vito Tisdale, experienced defensive back. He's just right there in the right spot, just doing his job. And the reward is 6.
So Buzz Flaviano with the extra point. Quade Luganville with the hold. The extra point is up and good. So Lugs gets to see his son hold on that one. And the Colonels get on the board. Let's check in with Victoria.
Luganville is making his debut for Eastern Kentucky. He is the son of our friend and teammate, Tom Luganville. It is great to see his son in action out there, but Lugs is actually out in the studio, and we're going to see him at halftime.
We will see him and hear from him, and I'm still awaiting. I can't wait after the way Kelsey and Lugs and Coach Rick reacted a few moments ago about what Coach Rick was going to analogize here on this first half. But there's Quade and his dad, Pops Tom Luganville, our analyst here on ACC Network. I would say Quade better looking than Lugs, though, the young man. Clearly gets his looks from Mom. Kewan Brown is the up man, and Colin Lacey back there as well to receive for Louisville. So more ammunition for Jeff Brom after the pick six and the bevy of penalties here, but nonetheless in control. Again, coaches are just always looking for something for sure.
Yeah.
This one bounces into the end zone.
They're going to talk about the turnover too.
Yeah,
Miller
for sure.
Moss had a chance there with a 2-minute drive, and it's stalled by a throw and a drop.
Do you think that, I know we've been making the comments about Coach Brom wanting to get on guys for something. Do you believe that coaches are always looking for something to nitpick?
I believe so. You can't allow your team to think that they have it all together, especially week one of the college football season. I'm coming in with bullets of what we need to do to improve.
50 seconds to go. 2 timeouts for Louisville. Kewan Brown on the left hip of Miller Moss. Oh, a pop pass here on the end around, and down near the 30 is Colin Lacey. Let's check in with Victoria.
Coach Brom about things that they wanted to improve in the offseason going into this season, and based off of the losses last year, he said, quote, they wanted to work on getting rid of their dumb penalties. And, well, I guess from what we're seeing out there, that's something they still need to be working on.
Can't check that one off the list, Victoria, that's for sure. It's the one flaw they've had today. Moss all day to the sideline to Meeks, and Meeks picks up the first down as he's taken down at the 44-yard line by Caden Smith. So Louisville, 36 seconds. They will stop the clock momentarily while they reset the chains. Moss trying to gather everybody, bark out the plays. And we have whistles here. Justin Elliott, our lead official, will clarify for us.
Please reset the game clock to 32 and start it on my signal. Thank you.
It's a little home cooking with an extra second, apparently. Moss, 220 yards in the first half, passing. And trying to add to that total at the moment to Kewan Brown. Brown picks up about 3.5 yards. Jaheim Ward.
Yeah, right there they just did a 3-man levels concept into the boundary. And Miller Moss went through his progressions from high to low, found Kewan down there.
Moss, 220 yards, as I mentioned, and counting. So 223 is a career high in the first half. Moss wants it all for Meeks. Over the shoulder grab. No, it pops up and picked off by Vito Tisdale again. Tisdale on the move, headed towards the sideline and out of bounds in Louisville territory. That one, tough luck again for the quarterback, but Meeks couldn't haul it in, and it popped in the air. Tisdale, right man on the spot there.
Now, George, I know you don't know much, but Jaheim Ward really made that play happen. And Vito Tisdale right there again in the right spot. But the range of number 9, Jaheim Ward, you saw in that picture, he mirrored Miller Moss on his mechanics. He looked left a little too long. He broke, he believed it, and he had the speed to get over there to make a big hit on a wide receiver, Meeks.
So EKU does have 3 timeouts here. A return of 43 yards on the second interception of the first half. Burkett. And we've got movement up front.
Full start. Offense, number 50. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That's Liam Coppinger. And when you're trying to take advantage of a situation here with very little time on the clock, that's just unacceptable.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if the deep tackle moved or it was the offensive line personally, but they said that the guard flinched.
Burkett changing the play. They'll go conservative here, and wrapped up immediately is the running back, Braden Latham. And that'll do it for the first half. So Louisville in complete control, but Jeff Brom is going to have some words with his team, I'm sure. Halftime here, they're up 41-7. Let's send it to Kelsey, Lugs, and Coach Rick in the studio. Welcome back to the Bourbon City. Louisville leading 41-7 against Eastern Kentucky. As we get ready to start the second half, welcome inside L&N Federal Credit Union Stadium alongside Super Bowl champion and UVA Cavalier, Rodney McLeod. I'm George Sedano. Victoria Arlen will join us in just 1 second. So Rodney, Miller Moss, career high passing yardage in her first half, but some ups and downs, some negative plays as well.
Yeah, Miller Moss got off to a hot start. He did the things that we talked about. He was accurate with the football, and he protected the football. But at the end of that half there, he got a little careless with the football. He throws a high pass over to his wide receiver that resulted into an interception. And then the last one, he didn't do a good job at holding the safety in the middle of the field as he tried to take that deep shot. Those are the areas of improvement that Jeff Brom wants to see from him.
Yeah, you see there the 2 interceptions. And that one kicked up in the air. Vito Tisdale, the man on the spot. So Jeff Brom with plenty to discuss with his team at halftime, as they'll kick it off to Eastern Kentucky here to begin the second half. Nick Keller to kick it off. Jalen Montgomery back there, along with DeQuan Stanley for Eastern Kentucky. And Montgomery fumbles that one, but will kneel it anyway. And a touchback as EKU will begin this drive at the 25-yard line. Let's check in with Victoria.
Speaking with Coach Brom, he told me that overall the guys are playing well, but they need to work on those silly holding calls. There was a couple things they didn't necessarily work on a ton in practice, but he said that after the half, he just wants to play a lot of the guys and get back to having fun, George.
Having fun is certainly a debatable phrase for a head coach, I would imagine, in football. Right? His vision of fun is different than maybe our vision of fun. Because you would think 41-7, you're having fun. He is not.
Yeah, we equate fun with win.
Yeah, and clean football,
yes,
which they have not played necessarily. Lathan on a short run there. EKU in the first half, 6 drives, 6 punts, only 2 first downs, Rodney. So what do they need to do to get things going?
EKU needs to find a way maybe to move Miles Burkett out of the pocket a little bit. Get him on the move to escape some of this pressure that he's feeling from the Cardinals' defensive line.
So Burkett under center this time. Cardinals showing blitz off the edge. And they bring it. Burkett in trouble, throws it at the feet of his intended target. Big pressure there by Antonio Watts off the edge, and an incomplete. So 3rd down already here on their first drive in the second half.
Let me give some love to Antonio Watts, because we saw the pressure from here, and what he did a real good job is going down the line of scrimmage, and when he felt that it was a pass, got right up the field and impacted that throw.
The intended target was Jacoby Hughes, the tight end, 3rd string tight end. 3rd down and 6 for Burkett. And we have movement again up front.
Yeah. Cardinals showing a 0 pressure.
Full start. Offense, number 79. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Antonio Gaines, you mentioned 0 pressure. For the layman like us, what does that mean?
Yeah, just a cover 0 look where everybody has a man and nobody's in the middle of the field, and you're bringing 6 into the blitz.
EKU going backwards here. Burkett 1 of 5, 21 yards. 1 of 7 on 3rd down today. 3rd and 11. Louisville crowding the line.
He's got to get the ball out now.
And they might have drawn them off sides there.
Offside. Defense, number 34. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down. Please reset the game clock to 14-18. 14-18, please.
That's the 5th-year senior, TJ Quinn from Valdosta, Georgia. And he has been here for a long time. He has only played at this school and been here with Brom And they can't be thrilled about that. They expect him to be a leader on defense.
Yeah. The Cardinals seem to change up the look right now. More zone-oriented.
3rd and 6 now for the Colonels. Burkett, pressure coming. Sidearms it, incomplete. Intended for Ron Van Jr. at the 32-yard line. And EKU will be forced to punt again. But a bad drop there by Van Jr. There's really no other way around it.
Yeah, he was short of the sticks anyway, but Miles Burkett was going to give him a chance to be able to make some yards after the catch. But what I like was the Cardinals did a good job in their zone presence and filling the quarterback, being disciplined in their lanes, and they were getting ready to make the tackle on the throw.
Jacob Baker to punt again for EKU. Bobby Golden back there to receive the punt for the first time today. Colin Lacey we saw earlier with plenty of success back there. Golden fields it, tripped up and taken down immediately by Blake Howard. So Golden, the senior from Miami Palmetto High School and a transfer from Akron, unsuccessful there. And no more Miller Moss. We are going to see Brady Allen checking into the game for the first time, the redshirt junior. He won the quarterback battle for the backup spot. It was either him or Deuce Adams.
I'm surprised, to be honest with you. After the way that half ended, I would have expected to give Miller Moss maybe one more drive at it.
And Braxton Jennings back there in the backfield as well. So Brom emptying the bench a bit. And Jennings with a nice run there on first down. And you had mentioned, because you thought when we were talking before we came on camera that you would see one more Miller Moss drive, because you don't want to end on that bad note.
Yeah, that I don't want that to be, the last picture my quarterback sees. It was his last couple of throws where it resulted in interceptions.
So Allen again to Jennings, pops through the hole, picks up the first down. So Braxton Jennings chewing up yardage down to the 40.
This offensive lineman continues to create lanes for their running back. Just doing a good job at double teams and then working up to the second level, creating space for Jennings to run through.
1st and 10 from their own 40. This time Allen pulls, got time, takes a deep shot, overshoots his man. Chris Hughes, the redshirt sophomore from Morganfield, Kentucky, a former walk-on, just a little too far for him.
This is the second time I've seen this play today. Just a simple rollout by the quarterback, which seems to be some sort of bootleg, but then he climbs in the pocket and throws back across his body. Earlier, Miller Moss made that throw. Right there, Brady Allen came up short.
2 tight ends now for the Cardinals. And Jennings tests the right side. Not much there as Derek Taylor plugged up the hole, a gain of 1. But as we mentioned, not only Miller Moss, I guess Brom's theory is, hey, you know what? We're up 41-7. Yeah, maybe we don't want to end on a sour note, but maybe he does, so he can kind of get into the guys a little bit.
Yeah, you seem to know Brom well. He's going to come in with that stern look and have a few words for Miller Moss.
On 3rd and 9, Allen again fires down the field, incomplete. As Hughes lost that one, it looks like in the sun, didn't know which way to look, and EKU holds and forces Louisville to punt.
Yeah, Brady's Allen's first drive, you can see just a little rusty in finding his guys, again, that have had a space. There's opportunity there, and he's just missing it. I'm sure he'll do better on this next drive.
So Carter Schwartz to punt it now. Jalen Montgomery awaiting at his 15. First punt of the game for Louisville. And this one is not a good one. It does take a Louisville bounce and out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So we'll step aside. Louisville emptying the bench onto the second string as they lead big here in week 1. Coming up next, our quadruple header rolls on with Virginia hosting Coastal Carolina at 6. We cap the day off with number 16 SMU hosting East Texas A&M at 9 Eastern. Both games also available on the all-new ESPN app. You can watch anywhere. George Sedano, Rodney McLeod, Victoria Arlen with you here in Louisville. As the Cardinals are in complete control. Burkett hands it off to Hensley. And not much there for the Colonels. Let's check in with Victoria.
Speaking with Coach Wells, he told me he liked how his team finished the half, especially his defense. But George, he told me that he feels Louisville are treating them like a scouting team and they need to get their offense going. And while, yes, he knows they're young and inexperienced, they need to play their brand of football and really get things going in the second half.
Thank you, Victoria. What have you seen is their brand of football, Rodney, when you watch them on film?
They're a team that likes to run the football. And obviously they're doing that, but there's just, with that is a little more juice, life. You know, that's what's missing right now is that passion and energy behind some of these plays. And honestly, I would like to see the coordinators get just a little more creative, more movement, whether it's with the quarterback or receivers, to give Louisville something else to look at to try and create some open space for you.
3rd and 6 for the Colonels here after a 4-yard gain. Louisville showing blitz. And here they come. Burkett throws it too high for Hensley. And the Colonels will be forced to punt.
Yeah, they haven't found a way to slow down that pressure all day. And
He got it out quick.
He did, but it impacted his throw. And, you know, he missed the guy in the flat. You got to have an outlet for the blitz.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, when you see it, you gotta connect.
So that's the 6-3 and out. Punts on all 8 drives for the Colonels. Bobby Golden awaiting the punt here. This one a line drive. Golden will field it on the run and bounces off a tackler and taken down in Colonels territory inside the 50 at about the 47-yard line. We'll step away as Louisville and their offense will take the field again.
Lee Corso.
And you've got one last headgear to make.
This is one of the easiest picks I've ever made. Give me my first love.
What an emotional send-off for the great Lee Corso out there at the Horseshoe. One last headgear pick. And he does it with the first one he ever had with the Buckeyes. And he was right to boot. So Lee Corso obviously started his coaching career here at Louisville. 5th winningest coach in school history in their Hall of Fame.
Yeah, such a legend in so many different ways. Player, coach, analyst, entertainer.
He made college football on TV.
Yeah.
Keywan Brown picks up 4. By the way, Louisville, first 5 drives, 5 TDs, last 3 drives, a pick 6, another interception, and a punt as they go fast here with Brady Allen at quarterback. Their second-string quarterback who won that battle against Deuce Adams. Brown again, testing the edge, and gets met and stood up by Charles Ingram. Short gain there, 3rd and 5 upcoming.
Yeah, this is a good test for Brady Allen. You know, it's a developmental opportunity just to show the coordinators and the coaches and even your teammates, you know, what you can do.
The redshirt junior from Indiana was a transfer from Purdue. So they're familiar with him. Jeff Brom and company spent a number of years at Purdue. 2 Big Ten title game appearances, and a toss out to the sideline to Hughes. Picks up the first down. So they keep the chains moving. Allen pulls this time, launches down the right sideline, hits his man in stride. Chris Hughes for a touchdown. A 31-yard strike. And Brady Allen getting into the act.
For a second, I was worried there because Brady Allen was holding the football for a considerable amount of time, but it made sense. It's a wheel route on the outside, and the defender gets lost. The offensive player, Chris Hughes, gives the flat route, and then he wheels up. Defender took the bait.
Nick Keller. Last extra point. They had a bad snap, and he hooked it. This one, good snap. And this one, a low kick. It does go through, but able to convert nonetheless. 48-7, Louisville. So we saw Miller Moss earlier. We now see Brady Allen. What do you make of the 6'6" redshirt junior?
It's what you want to see. You know, first drive you come out and you have some inaccurate throws, but this drive you stick every single throw and the result is a touchdown. And you see the pace that he operated with. He was in full control that drive, and that's what you want to see.
Well, again, familiarity. He's been here for a bit. He was with this group, the Brown brothers, at Purdue, where they had plenty of success. So he's certainly familiar with how the trains run on time.
Yeah.
Carson Hilbert will kick it off now. The true freshman, local product from Louisville, Trinity High School. Jalen Montgomery back there to field it along with DeQuan Stanley. Seven touchdowns by 6 different players for the Cardinals today. And this one gets booted out the back of the end zone. Our first ACC Network women's soccer and volleyball matches of the fall season are Thursday night. Number 13 Virginia hosts number 9 Penn State at Klockner Stadium. Coverage begins at 6 Eastern. Then at 8 Eastern, 10th-ranked SMU hosts Washington in the Mustangs home opener on the hardwood at Moody Coliseum. Should be a great night. Both are available streaming on the all-new ESPN app. The ACC, very good in both women's soccer and volleyball. Obviously, North Carolina has had an incredible run in soccer historically. The Louisville women's volleyball team, fantastic. Our own Katie George played volleyball here. Brady Hensley in the backfield with Burkett, and whistles on the field, and flags fly as well.
False start. Offense, number 55. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That is Brody Rife, 8th penalty for EKU. So one thing is you're struggling to get offense going. You can't shoot yourself in the foot too.
Yeah, you have to give yourself a chance. And EKU has not done that at the best of their abilities today.
They've been behind the sticks all day, it feels like. So 1st and 15. Burkett hands it off. Hensley gets a hole to get near the original line of scrimmage. Let's check in with Victoria.
That Coach Wells has emphasized that in order to even have a chance to earn a victory is we have to play clean ball against Louisville.
All right, Victoria. Burkett, 2nd and 11. Louisville showing blitz, now backing off. Quick toss to Stanley. Trying to cut upfield. Takes a big hit near the 30-yard line and taken down there by Jabari Mack. 6-yard gain. 3rd and 5. What do you see here now? What do you think we should see here now from the Colonels?
Yeah, again, if this offense here, move the pocket, maybe get the ball into the field, a sprint out in that direction. Again, escape the pressure, throw the ball on time. This is a winnable down for the EKU offense.
3rd and 5. Louisville crowding the line of scrimmage again. Play action. Quick toss on the slant, cannot connect there.
Yeah.
Intended for Kyle Vaca. Jabari Mack in coverage, but a flag on the play. Justin Elliott, our lead official, getting the lowdown.
Pass interference. Defense, number 24. Ball be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
That's Corey Gordon, the redshirt junior from Oklahoma City. Baylor transfer. And that'll be a first down for EKU. 3rd first down of the game. Think you take it however you can get it, right?
Absolutely. Just move the sticks.
Hensley in the backfield, along with Burkett. Burkett on the roll, and he's going to tuck it and run and take it down after a short gain there by A.J. Green.
But that's what I was talking about, George. Get Miles on the move. And, you know, that right there, yeah, the result wasn't an explosive play, but I saw some life there. I saw a chance. He had some open receivers down the field.
2nd and 8 now for Burkett. He's got to get it to those receivers. Louisville again looking like they're sending the blitz. And here they come. He tosses it and incomplete. Kyle Vaca. So that one honestly might have been better off incomplete, the way that Louisville had that thing covered.
I disagree.
Really?
The numbers were in their favor. They had the blocks pent up outside, and it was really 3-on-2.
So 3rd down and 8. Got to give your receiver a chance, though.
Yes. Better throw.
He certainly didn't do that. So 3rd and 8 for the Colonels.
It's like man-to-man.
Burkett, pressure coming up the middle. He's flushed out of the pocket. He's going to pump fake, tuck it and run. Takes a hit near the marker. Looks to be shy. A flag on the play at the 47-yard line. Antonio Watts with the big hit on Burkett. And if you're Burkett, you can't take too many of those.
Holding. Defense, number 30. 10-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
So Raymond Mosby, redshirt freshman out of Louisiana, and he gives EKU another first down. So EKU, a 2nd first down on this drive via penalty. And if you thought Jeff Brom was hot earlier about the penalties, wait till you hear what he has to say about these.
Yeah, these are extended drives, and you didn't see that much from the first group. And you have some young guys out there getting the opportunity. They gotta hold their own.
Hensley tests the left side, picks up 3.
You know, as a coach, the standard is the standard, and you want to see these guys still uphold that standard that the first group did. They did a good job at really shutting them out in that first half, and now you see EKU finding some life through penalties.
Yeah, their only score on a pick 6. Vito Tisdale. 2nd and 7 for Burkett and the Colonels. Hensley, nothing doing there. Maybe a half yard as Micah Carter plugged it up very quickly. 3rd down and long here for the Colonels.
I'm anticipating on this 3rd and long situation for them to possibly have a tight end in position to help secure the defensive edge, give Miles time, and again, there they go, showing that cover 0 look.
8th play of the drive. 3 rushes, 4 passes. Here on 3rd down. Burkett fires, almost intercepted, throws it behind his receiver, and Rodney Johnson almost made a spectacular catch. One-handed, but he's on the ground and banging the floor in frustration due to an injury. Kyle Vaca, the intended target. We will step aside. It'll be 4th and 7 upcoming as they tend to the injury here on Johnson. On his own power after an awkward fall. The senior out of New Orleans twisted and contorted his body trying to catch the ball there on an interception attempt and fell awkwardly. But again, at least he walked off on his own power. And that forced 4th down, so the Colonels will punt. Shouldn't you just go for it at some point? I mean, we talked about it in the first half, but Bobby Golden awaiting to receive it. He'll let it go over his head. This one takes a bounce and downed near the 6-yard line by Blake Howard. So let's talk about real quick what I just asked you. At what point do you just go for it? You're down by 41 points if you're EKU.
Now. The time is now, Coach. Like, you know, what are we doing? Like, we need to find a way to get our offense into the end zone. Your one touchdown today came from your defense, and it's just you know, a sign of positivity going into the right direction as you continue on with this season.
Yeah, and you were in Louisville territory, so that was a good time to do it.
Yeah.
And, you know, the game is a little bit out of hand at the moment. So.
Yeah.
But Louisville will start just outside the shadows of their end zone. Brady Allen back there with Shane Boykins at tailback. Play action. Allen on the roll. Tosses there. Devon Mitchell, his tight end, the transfer out of Oklahoma, as he's taken down at the 11-yard line by Brody Wells. A gain of 8.
Yeah. And these are all helpful reps, what we're talking about. This is good situational ball for both teams right now. Yes, the score is not what EKU wanted, but you still have to find ways to create teachable moments.
2nd and 2. Handoff, and breaking through the hole is Shane Boykins for a first down as he gets to the 19. You don't see a lot of running backs with 89 on the jersey.
No, I was a little confused, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the player makes the number.
Sean Boykin Jr. First and 10 from their own 19. Quick toss to the boundary. Hughes making a man miss and diving forward past the 25-yard line to the 26. Gain of 7.
I do like the way that Rashad Hintz out on the perimeter attacked the wide receiver. He walked him back. He just needed some support from some of his brothers to help make that tackle.
2nd and 3. Sean Boykins in the backfield again with Allen. High snap. Give it to Boykins. And he's met right at the sticks by Jeremiah McGailey. No signal yet by the officials. They'll say first down.
3-yard gain.
So 3-yard gain officially. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Louisville leading by 41 here in their home opener. Boykins again, bounces it out. Trying to turn the corner, flag on the play, and he's taken down by Jacquez McGowan. We'll see what the flag's about.
My guess, holding on the perimeter.
Holding. Offense, number 72. 10-yard penalty. First down.
That is Sam Seacrest with the infraction. Rod, Louisville 102 penalty yards.
Good luck in team meetings.
Yeah, look, this is one thing where you're playing an FCS team, as we talked about earlier. You do this against a quality ACC opponent, and you could be in trouble.
Yes.
They dump it off this time to Jennings. Jennings breaks free and picks up a lot of that yardage back. McGowan brought him down near the 25-yard line. 7-yard gain.
I will say the coaches will take a real good look at what style of penalties they committed. Because there's one thing when you're giving great effort and look, you just made a simple mistake, but the mental mistakes, the pre-snap, those are the ones that you want to fix in a hurry and can't live with.
Quick toss on the wide receiver screen there to Dakari Collins, who's pushing forward and gets past the original line of scrimmage for a 4-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 9 upcoming.
5-yard gain on the play.
Brody Wells met him at the 30. So 3rd and 9 as Brady Allen and company huddling up.
3rd down and 9.
See what the EKU defense elects to do. Given the signs of man to man.
Allen with time, fires over the middle, and it's picked off! Picked off by Brody Wells. Wells taken down at the 15-yard line. So EKU's defense turns them over again.
Has 3 turnovers on the day, and right there, they can't walk down in the box, gave the thought of man-to-man, but there they were in the zone coverage, cover 3, and guys are taking peek at routes. They break on the quarterback, and there is number 34, Brody Wells, creating a play for his defense.
So EKU, this is their best chance to score. They're inside the red zone to start at the 16-yard line after the Wells interception. Do you take a shot to the end zone right now?
I would. You go off the momentum of your defense.
And they hand it off inside to Hensley.
Brady Hensley, the ball carrier.
Gets down to the 11, so a 5-yard gain.
Let's pick up the pace. Let's give Louisville a different tempo. You just made a huge play defensively. They're back out on the field. Let's take advantage. Let's attack.
20 seconds left in the quarter. Burkett on second down. Again to Hensley up the middle, weaving through traffic, picks up the first down as he gets just past the 6-yard line. So it'll be 1st and goal, and that'll do it for the third quarter. Louisville, wait, we have a flag.
That is the end of the third quarter.
Oh, I guess not. So Louisville up by 41, but KU threatening here to start the fourth. Jeff Brom.
I talked to Coach Brom about Miller Moss's debut and what he thought of it, and he said that he has played so well and that he has been super composed, played really well. A few interceptions here and there, but all around he is really impressed.
All right, Victoria, thank you. It's a positive outlook.
Yeah, he's trusting in his veteran quarterback that he'll just shake it off.
Burkett to the outside, incomplete, but a flag comes in late, intended for Jaden West. So 1st and goal from the 6. We'll see what the officials tell us here.
Pass interference. Defense, number 13. Ball be placed in the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
Justin Agu with the infraction. Redshirt junior from Prairiesville, Louisiana. A former transfer from the University of Louisiana. So they move them up. It's up at the 2-yard line now. 1st and goal from the 2 for Burkett. Met immediately. What a tackle there by Agu, making up for that penalty a moment ago.
You can hear the contact from up here. Agu, like a missile, he sees the open hole and doesn't hesitate.
2nd and goal. I'm sure you love that as a DB. You make up for the penalty on that tackle.
Particularly for my cornerbacks. Cornerbacks are known for covering, but you got to do it all. Cover and show up when the team needs you in the run game.
Hensley gets in for the touchdown. So the Colonels get on the board on offense. Their first offensive score of the game. Quade Luganbill will check in now for the extra point as the short snapper for Buzz Flabiano. But what do you see here, Rod?
Just an inside zone. I see the offensive lineman moving a lot of Cardinals defenders out of the way, and it was one-on-one in the hole, and the low man win.
So EKU 14 points, all off of turnovers today. Here's what led to this drive. A pick there by Brody Wells, got him down inside the red zone. And then EKU able to capitalize on the turnover with a Brady Hensley touchdown.
Yeah. Back to that interception, Brody Wells, just very smart, just being situationally aware. 3rd and 5, you have a slow tempo out, you feel the route, you see the quarterback set up, you break when he breaks. He capitalized and he set up his team for a touchdown.
So you were asking for some positivity and some positive momentum for this offense, and now you got it. It was a short field, but you got to take advantage of that if you're EKU. And if you're Louisville, you're looking at your 2nd stringers and perhaps even some of your 3rd stringers getting some run here that could be valuable for them as well down the road.
Very valuable on both sides. You know, you start with Louisville, you're trying to create depth. And these games and these moments are critical. You never know when your number will be called. And so this tape is invaluable. And then on the other side, complementary football. Defense turns the balls over, and then offense, you finish the job and get us 7.
So a touchback here. Louisville will begin their next drive at their own 25. Coming up next, our quadruple header rolls on with Rod Squad. Virginia hosting Coastal Carolina at 6, and we cap off the day with number 16 SMU hosting East Texas A&M at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. Both games also available on the all-new ESPN app, so you can watch anywhere. George Sedano, Rodney McLeod, Victoria Arlen with you here. Deuce Adams checks in, the 3rd-string quarterback for Louisville, and he gets a crack at it, the Austin, Texas native and freshman. We got a chance to watch all 3 quarterbacks yesterday, Rod, at walkthrough. So we'll see what young Deuce has for us. Hand it off. Jennings on the left side. Not much there. Picks up 2. Brody Wells, who made that interception earlier with the tackle there.
Yeah, let's see how quarterback Deuce Adams handles this drive now that he takes over at the helm.
In high school, over 6,200 yards passing, 75 touchdowns, 10 on the ground as well. And he pulls this time down the sideline and picks up the first down out of bounds just past the 35 to the 37-yard line.
The second play of the ball game. He's just reading the defensive end. The defensive end is a surf technique there. He felt like he could beat him around the corner, and he did just that.
He did beat Davion Hawkins-Ingram after reading him. And then it was smooth sailing for the first down. Braxton Jennings in the backfield with him. That's Takari Collins in motion. High snap. Quick toss over the middle. Complete for the first down to Collins, making guys miss. And getting into Colonel's territory at the 48. A 15-yard gain and a first down.
Yeah, the Cardinals give what we like to call a power pass. They pulled the guard, but there was high hats by the offensive lineman, and the receiver comes right behind in that window, about 8 yards. Deuce Adams finds him.
Takari Collins, originally at Clemson, at NC State most recently. Jennings again. Met after a gain of 2.5 by Tommy Ziesmer. So we've seen Louisville now get to their third quarterback. You were talking earlier about how the media poll, you think, got it about right. They're 5th in that media poll, preseason poll in the ACC. But, I mean, really that top 5 is pretty competitive, I would say. I mean, Clemson is the team everyone believes is a step above Miami, kind of right there with them. And then that next group, Georgia Tech, Georgia Tech and Louisville and SMU probably in that next group.
Yeah, all interchangeable. And you have to monitor things as the season goes along.
There's that media poll, preseason top 10. I would say watch out.
King showed us a lot last night.
He did.
Showed us a lot.
Well, he bounced back from some turnovers, 3 turnovers in the first quarter to come back to win on the road against Coach Prime in Colorado. Caden Salters got his first start in the post-Shedeur Sanders era. Third down here for Louisville. Boykins squirts through the hole, has room to run now, has the first down and then some as he goes out of bounds inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Rashad Hentz chased him out. 10-yard gain.
Number 89. He may look like a wide receiver, but he finds the hole like a running back. And there he goes.
So Sean Boykins picks up the first down at a 10-yard gain, and Louisville threatening again. Adams changing the play. High snap again, gives it to Boykins. Boykins finds room on the outside again, busting down the sideline and inside the 15, down to the 13. Another first down for Boykins, a 16-yard gain.
Yeah, there's the offensive linemen doing their job very well. The defender tries to set an edge, but he doesn't set a firm one. It's soft and creates space. And there you go.
Nair Jackson, that offensive lineman, creating the hole there. Under 10 minutes to go. Boykins in the backfield again. High snap again. This time they hand it off to Boykins. Trying to push the pile up the middle and gets stopped at the 10-yard line. So a 3-yard gain.
Stopped at the 10-yard line after a 3-yard gain.
And Boykins checking out for Braxton Jennings. Boykins certainly has done his job thus far.
Yeah, get that man some water.
Although it is a beautiful day out there today. I mean, 81 degrees, really nice day today here in Louisville.
Yeah, it's nice when we're up here, George, but when you're down there running for your life.
Jennings bust through the hole, but chopped down at the 5-yard line by Tagaloa Nelson. Beautiful blue skies here in Louisville. The Bourbon City.
Yeah.
I had a little taste, I got to be honest, of an adult beverage, little bourbon on the first night here on Thursday. You know, you got to do like the locals do, man.
Yeah, that's what they say. That's what I hear.
2 tight end set for Deuce Adams and company. Heavy on the right side. Another high snap. Adams fires over the middle, and his receiver, TJ McWilliams, couldn't handle it. Slightly behind him, but he should have probably hauled that one in. 4th down upcoming.
Yeah, that is a catchable ball. You could have put it in a better place, but look, it touches your hands. You got to secure the bag.
Yeah, even he was distraught after that. So they're going here on 4th down. That stops the clock with 8:27 to go. Wait, we have a penalty on the play. And it's declined. So the field goal unit is coming out. Illegal man downfield was the penalty, and the penalty declined, so Cooper Ranvier will attempt the field goal of 23 yards. High snap. The hold is good. The kick is up and good. So Louisville leading 51-14, making the home crowd happy here in week 1. Here, midway through the 4th quarter, George Adana, Rodney McLeod, Victoria Arlen with you here in the Bourbon City. We were just looking in the break at the Florida State score, 24-7 against Alabama at Doak Campbell. You and I and Victoria will be at Doak Campbell next week as they face East Texas A&M, who's facing SMU tonight here on ACC Network at 9 Eastern. So Thomas Castellanos backing up the talk after saying, hey, Nick Saban's not there to save him anymore.
Yeah, it's one thing to talk it, but you got to walk it, you got to live it. And right now he's doing that. And, of course, you feel good right now, but you got to finish.
Jalen Montgomery tries to field it off the bounce. Not cleanly for sure, and gets taken down at the 10. That's a tough spot there for EKU. Louisville in complete control here at home. All you need to do is follow these 3 simple steps.
First, you'll need the ESPN app on your connected TV or favorite device. If you have it, open it up. If you don't, download it now. Next, click on the live event or ESPN show you want to watch. Then choose your TV provider and log in. You're all set. It's all of ESPN, all in one place. Go to support.espn.com to learn more.
So check out the all-new ESPN app. I've got mine working at home already. Loved bouncing around to all the different ESPN family of networks. Telly McAllister checking in at tailback for the first time today. He gets the handoff here. And a solid run there on the first run of about 5 yards. Louisville, by the way, now back-to-back openers with 50-plus points. Had 62 last year. We were here for that. Austin Peay. Last time, 2 straight openers of 50-plus or more, 2006 and 7. And they lead big here, 51-14. 2nd and 5 upcoming. And we will step aside to go to ESPN. Welcome here to Louisville. Cardinals leading 51-14, 7:10 remaining in this one. In firm control, George Sedano, Rodney McLeod, Victoria Arlen with you here. 3rd down upcoming for Eastern Kentucky. 3rd and 4. Louisville showing blitz. Miles Burkett, their quarterback, drops back, has time. Now rolling out He's going to tuck it and run, and he picks up the first down as he gets past the 20-yard line. So we welcome our ESPN Plus audience here.
Good disguise by the Cardinals defense. Like you said, George, they showed pressure, but then they immediately, a couple guys popped out, got into some of those underneath lanes and took some of those quick throws away from Miles. So he had to do the rest with his legs.
6.5 to go. McAllister in the backfield with Burkett. Play action. Burkett surveying and now in trouble, and he's taken down at the 15-yard line. Louisville in control defensively, their 4th sack of the game.
Yeah, the hesitation there set up the sack. He had Kyle Vika running across the middle. He's just got to let it go.
Yeah, he was very hesitant there. Trent Carter took him down. Second and 15 now for the Colonels. And a run there by McAllister. Picks up about 3. Maurice Davis with the tackle. So 3rd down upcoming. Rod, you're getting beat down if you're the Cardinals. 3rd down here. What do you need to see? You got a ways to go here still with 13 yards.
Throwing the ball to the sticks. We need this 1st down. And so, Miles, the ball is in your court. You have to find a way to pick up this 1st down. And there they are, chipping away on this left-hand side.
3rd and 13. Burkett with some time takes a deep shot, and it's caught there by Cowwise for the 1st down at midfield. There you go, Rod. Listen, I get it's late in the game and they're playing against, 2nd and 3rd stringers after a 31-yard gain there. But they had to at least attempt those shots earlier, I felt like.
Yeah, and you see the up front, they did their job on that play, allowing Miles to see the field, and he saw Cowboys right over the middle, and he picked up a huge gain.
Yeah, longest gain of the afternoon. Burkett now, again with time. Now pressure coming backside, dumps it off, checks it down to Daquan Stanley, and Stanley picks up the 1st down as he's tackled inside the 40-yard line.
These are the plays I wanted to see earlier. There's just, you're putting more stress on the defense. You have receivers at different levels of the field.
And of course, Rod, understandably, they're doing this against 3rd stringers in some cases. But, as we talked about, you almost have to try it just to keep the other team honest, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
And keep your own team up.
Yeah, motivated, sure. Cowwise catch his 1st of the day, and he was a guy we thought they'd feature for sure. McAllister on the left side, picks up 3. Jayshon Kaufman on the tackle.
And make no doubt about it, even though these are 2nd, 3rd string guys, they want to win the down. And so it's still very competitive.
Well, they don't want to be 2nd and 3rd string guys forever.
Correct. And this is their chance to show their coach otherwise, while they're deserving of more reps.
Burkett, pressure coming backside, rolling to his right. He pump fakes and takes off and gets tackled from behind, dragged down after picking up another 1st down. Eric Hazard brought him down. 8-yard gain, 1st and 10. .230 left in the game, approaching the 2-minute timeout. Burkett to McAllister, a hole on the right side, and it's plugged up quickly as Eric Hazard dragged down McAllister. And that'll take us to the 2-minute timeout. We also have an injury on the field. We'll step aside as they tend to the injured player and the 2-minute timeout. We're back here in Louisville. Telly McAllister injured on that play. He's on the cart. Left leg looks to be in an air cast. The senior from Akron, Ohio, taken down from behind, landed and fell awkwardly on the tackle. The tackle and the way his body contorted, a little too gruesome. We're not going to show the replay here, but you could see how serious it is by the cart, the air cast, and his entire team surrounding him. Coach Wells there as well, talking to his player. And you hate to see this.
Yeah. Say a prayer for the young man. You
can tell that he is beloved by his teammates and coaches by the way they all came over to just acknowledge their sentiment and just encouraging him.
Victoria has confirmed to us it is an ankle injury on his left ankle. And they're trying to load him up on the cart. Teammates there showing him some love. He was playing so well on that drive as well, Rod.
Yes, and that is the unfortunate part about it. I know he's worked extremely hard to be in this position today, and to see his day in this way is a tough sight to see.
The remaining crowd here showing him some respect as well.
Yeah.
And we will resume play momentarily. It'll be 2nd and 6 here out of the 2-minute timeout for EKU. And we wish Telly McAllister the best and a speedy recovery. Brady Hensley now flaring out of the backfield. A quick toss, and that one would have been a fumble because it was behind the receiver, and Louisville there, but an incomplete pass to TJ Mitchell. So they rule it an incomplete pass, which is the best case scenario there for EKU.
Yes. I want to see better ball placement by Miles, and knowing that that play is going to be a part of this offense all year. So, I know this is his first game out. There's things that, he would love to have back, and, just have to do better in those positions, especially next week.
Burkett with time over the middle on the crosser, finds his man near the 20-yard line. That's Jacoby Hughes. He'll be shy of the marker, and it'll be 4th down upcoming. Trent Carter with the tackle. It'll be 4th and about 2.5, maybe 3. 3. And the offense is running off the field.
Looks like they're electing just to kick the field goal, take the points.
They'll take a delay of game, apparently.
Maybe just burn the time and call a timeout.
They do have 3.
Yeah.
Yep, then they did.
Like.
So 1:06 remaining. Buzz Flabiano, the kicker. He was 10 of 17 overall last year. This attempt inside of 40. Quade Luganbill will be the snapper here on the field goal. Our friend Tom Luganbill's son. Flabiano last year 2 of 3 between 30 and 39. So Flabiano on the 38-yard attempt. The kick is up and good. So 17 points on the board now for EKU. Louisville will have 1:06 remaining in this one as they'll take the field. And I would imagine we'll see victory formation pretty soon. So Louisville will go to 1-0. Their upcoming schedule, after a 15 straight win in a home opener, will look like this. And they have James Madison. Now, by the way, before you start saying, oh, James Madison, anybody that's watched college football in the last couple of years knows James Madison is not to be trifled with.
Yeah.
I did the game last year where they went to North Carolina and put up 70 points. So Bob Chesney and company do a fantastic job there. Then they got a bye week. Early bye, though, before Bowling Green. I would imagine if you're Jeff Brom, you don't want the bye there that early, because then you get one kind of in the middle of the season as well. You want those byes later in the year, I presume, as you get into ACC play.
Yeah, and it goes the same, with NFL schedules. The bye weeks are most favorable, halfway through the season, and there's no different in college ball.
So Bobby Golden, Kewan Brown back there. They bring it out to the 20, 25. Oh, busted loose down the sideline, cuts inside. It's Kewan Brown at the 40, dragging defenders down to the 35-yard line. Kewan Brown, he's already got a touchdown. He wanted some more, a 65-yard kickoff return.
Yeah, he definitely wanted more. He's a young man that's taking advantage of his opportunities, including all the guys that are blocking. This is their resume. And Kewan Brown, look, I'm going to keep going until that clock hits zero. You have to respect it.
So 55 seconds left. And victory formation is upon us. Ryan Zimmerman out there to kneel it. The fifth quarterback, or check that, the fourth quarterback of the day for Louisville. And now Sam Young is going to check in, so now it'll be their fifth quarterback. And we saw Louisville do this last year against Austin Peay. Multiple quarterbacks took the knee.
Young takes the knee for the Cardinals.
That'll do it. As Jeff Brom and Coach Wells, who have a long-standing relationship dating back over 15 years. I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Coach Wells tried to hire Jeff Brom as his offensive assistant. Miller Moss, what do you make of his day?
Miller Moss, good showing, good first half outside of those few mistakes at the end, but that's expected first game. You're going to have some areas to clean up, and it's good to learn from and coach from. So I'm very hopeful about this Louisville offense going forward.
All right, that'll do it for us here in the Bourbon City. Louisville, 51-17, 1-0. Again, their 15th straight winning home opener. For our entire crew here in Louisville, our producer, Aaron Snyder-Storin, our director, Michael Ireland, Joe Castellan on stats, Ted Kozak, our spotter, for Victoria Arlen and Rodney McLeod, I'm George Sedano. So long from Louisville. The Cardinals get a win in week 1.